How can a whole police come and say they don't know who's abducting people? And then a leader of a nation comes and says, tutakomesha. Sasa unakomesha nini na if haujui? Me, I don't know. You know, and then I saw a preacher of the gospel come out, a great preacher come out and condemn it. Then a few days later, they came and said, we don't have a problem. We have a problem. John C.W. has a problem because we voted for this regime. What a shame. I'm not saying the young people did not do wrong, but take them, present them before a court. At least arrest them for 10 years. Watch out to Semange ndio wale. Are you a parent? I'm a parent. Do you know what it means not to see your children? That you don't know where your child is.
Happy New Year, everybody, my fans, and I hope you're doing well. And this year, tuna decide from date 1 kwamba everything will be for us. If the path becomes so tedious, we change the path. If the shoes cannot tolerate the path, then we change the shoes. But we're not going to give up, all right? So, we opened this year on a very, I don't know whether it's a bad note or whatever, because people are taking this for fun, but I'm looking at it differently. Now, our president, William Samoei Ruto, who is very keen about any critics, and there are people who are very close to him that are very keen about those who mention him and what they mention. Yeah. We know you use the phones, you use the Safaricom SIM card, you use the apps, game apps, dating apps, and whatever to trace our locations. No problem, because what do? We are seeing these things and it's very hard to just keep quiet. Now, I want you to look at the following. We've been rated, because when they rate our president also, we are in the same thing, yeah? When they rate our president as the second topmost corrupt in the entire internationally, yeah? Wengine walikuwa wanachekelea wanasema wamemwibia Max, yeah? Inafaa kuwa number 1, whatever. In my lens, what I am seeing is trouble for us, because when a country is rated as the most corrupt, it adds up to the fact that whatever resources we are receiving from outside are not being used correctly. It also indicates that we have enough resources, and therefore we don't deserve to have any aid. You know what AIDS means? Like if our friends in Turkana are sleeping hungry, and it is indicated that our president is the most corrupt, then what does it mean? It means that we shouldn't get any aid, relief from outside, because we have enough that the president is squandering. And when they talk about the president, I hope those who are under him, let's say his cabinet, the MPs, the senators, the women representatives, and all those, yeah? We are watching you, and most of you are not clean from this. You've been stealing alongside our president. We only mention the president because he's the top, he's the neck, or he's the head. But what about the neck, the hands, the legs? Are they safe? No. In Kiswahili they say, samaki mmoja akioza, wengine pia wameoza. Yeah? Na mteko wa panya ukishika, ushika waliomo na wasiokuwemo. And so many other proverbs in our African context communicate this. Yeah. So, over there was first Eva. Now, our president was dancing to Kasongo's song. And I was looking, there was this guy who was pushing others. Pushing and pushing. And I was wondering why he was pushing. Was he scared that the president would be attacked? Was he scared that he would be squeezed? I couldn't tell. Did you watch that video? If you didn't watch, maybe I'll attach it here if I find it. If I don't find, it's unfortunate. Now, the other thing that I also saw is there were abductions. You remember the abductions of Mwangi? Then we had these 2 other guys. Let me just check for their names. So, as I was saying, there have been a lot of abductions of late. Sasa, the funny thing is that Barrister G if you know him on TikTok. According to him, Gachagua is the one behind all this. Now, I wonder how we can add 1 + 1 to get this, because if you are out of government, I'm not sure how powerful you can be in a way that you can control abductions without being traced. I would wish that today wale walijaribu kushika jamaa pale ilikuwa on Thika Road. Yeah, there is somewhere Kasarani, someone was being arrested. Na namba imekuja ina number plates. I really appreciate the citizens, and I think this is the way forward. If anybody sees a vehicle coming and then they are pushing somebody into a car, hey, it's either stones should work, ama wale watu washikwe, wacha serikali kuja iseme kweli ni sisi. Because now, at the rate at which it has got to, where someone is abducted and then the government says we don't know, the police are quiet about it. Yeah? I just want to, like there's was it KTN? I want to play that clip as you see those who have disappeared. Beginning with Steve Peter Kavingo Muteti. He is in his standard that 21 years, 22. Then he was he abducted from Udhiru or Mulalongo, somewhere there, on 21st. Yeah? Billy Mwangi, 24 years. Alikuwa abducted from Embu on 21st. Yeah. Then kuna Bernard Kavuli, alikuwa abducted on 22nd from Ngong. Yes. And if you follow the details through research, the 4 men in the white pro box, he was going to the sister's shop. Steve Peter Muteti Kavingo was going to buy, I don't know, milk and eggs. Mwangi, I don't know where he's going to. Then we have this Gideon Kibet, 24 years, also known as Yoko. He was, I think, going to the brother's place, Ronnie Kibet. Abduction happened in Nairobi. Another one Kikuyu. Haya, kuna huyu Francis Kaido. Inasemekana yeye dig deep into research and he has discovered that Abel, somebody known as Abel, is behind all these abductions and is a cousin to our president. So tell me, you people, how can Rigathi Gachagua be behind such a things? Yeah, I just hope that this is rumors. I just hope so. But if it's true, then it's very bad. Very, very bad. Because, anyway, all of us, we understand that we should respect the leaders today so that we are respected tomorrow, which is true. Recently, Salasia said the president is not being respected because of the people around him are not advising him in the correct way. And so the choices he makes, the decisions he does, and the fact that he ignores what the youth demand or the Kenyans at large, that's why they are not respecting him. Because you look at the regimes that were there, they were not all good. We had some negative aspects in it, but the president was not taking things personally. And then there were maybe that aspect of showing some care, some little care about what people are complaining about. Now, the shocking news is that recently our president has been ranked or crowned as the 2nd most corrupt leader in Africa. Now, do you want us to smile as Kenyans? This is not news to smile at. Because now I shared that consequences, and let's just listen to what Trump said. And
if Kenyan government will not stop the abductions, I want to promise you that the U.S. government will stop funding Kenya and issuing loans. The International Monetary Fund will also stop issuing loans to Kenya.
Right, so I hope you've got that. Now, it's not about America alone. Every nation that has been trying to help us may just decide not to do anything about us. Now remember, even currently we are not doing well. The wage bill that was being pushed to us so that we pay more tax was not passed. But currently, how much are you digging deep into your pocket as a citizen? Now, I can see on the comment section some saying, wengine walawitiwe, wafinywe, sije wafanywe nini, they should learn to respect the president. It is true that whatever these young people did was wrong. Like the case of this lady, she's known as who? Is it Naomi or who? Yeah, the case of putting the president in coffin. The memes I don't see much, because memes, even if you create any for me, I can't see much. If you relate me to a song, if there is something I'm doing, I should correct, of course. That's what leaders should do. And if these ones were wrong and there is a constitutional aspect that would lead them to maybe court, that is better. They could have been arraigned in court, an OB is taken, then they are arraigned in court, they are judged. If they have to be in prison, let them be in prison. But if you abduct, you are playing a criminal role as a leader. So do you mean that anytime even us, the citizens, were critiqued by anybody, we delete them? Should we? If it is true that Francis, from what Francis has been sharing, that Gideon Kibet and the brother Ronnie have been deleted, it's quite sad. Now, you saw in court how one of the parents was crying. Let's just play the clip shortly. I hope you sing above. Yeah, so how do you feel as a parent when you see another parent crying? Now, from the comment section, some are saying angefunza mtoto wake asiyefunzwa na dunia. I don't know where you live and how you would think. Pretend to be the best parent, because I know we are almost 10 in our home, and I've seen other homes with 10 or so. And be rest assured, out of 10 kids, you cannot have all 10 kids. And you cannot have kids with the same character. And sometimes there is a lot. Yeah? In fact, you can't tell me that it's out of the parenting aspect that these kids were who they are. Everybody's taught respect, aren't they? And if I may ask you, are you who your parents have taught you to be? Your teachers have taught you to be? What the Bible has said you do? I don't think so. Most of us, we do things based on who we meet, what we are seeing around, like what is happening in the country, what is happening with our president. What are other people saying? What would be your wish if the president or the cabinet is not listening to you? What would you be? What would you think? Yeah, that's how we formulate our thoughts. And some of us, we come out so open. We do artistic aspects. Some will just keep quiet and they mourn. Some kill themselves. So whichever way, I don't believe the right way to deal with such people is to delete them. We are leading a country that is actually nosediving, and some of us are not accepting, maybe because you have very small benefits out of the current government, so you think you can say, yeah, asiyefunzwa na mamake, wafinywe, sijui wafanywe nini. But the truth is, if you look at the latest news of the president being the most corrupt, and that includes us because now we are behind him, it is the voters who brought in this president. It is the voters that have made the choice to vote in the most corrupt. During campaigns, it is the voters that pick little money, sugar, lesos. They queue to pick 50 shillings from these people, and so these people think they have bought the leadership, and therefore they don't do anything. I don't know why I'm talking. And I don't know why I should keep talking, but the reality is we are at the worst position. And if things cannot be corrected, we have no reason to smile. If you're not subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing to it, and let's continue going by and discussing more aspects in 2025.